you stuck into this cave. Everything is dark, but you see something like it's very tiny lights. I believe that time that if I follow that lights, I'll find something. It's called The Parts. It's a 5-minute spiritual storytelling experience. The user will wear a VR device and have like immersive experience. At the beginning, they'll be like in the cave, and then there's some narrator that will guide them through the journey. And then after that, it converts into like a fantasy world. It's going to meet their spirit. The spirit will like begin talking with them, and the idea is enabling the self-compassion. It's about take a moment to think about themselves and like to love themselves. So I have this problem with my family. Started with financial problem, and then it turns into like more relationship problems between like my parents, and like the energy at my house is changed into like really negative. I can't remember like when we can like smile at each other or like have like more positive communications. So we always like end up being like yelling at each other. My parents don't really like know how to treat each other. As a relationship, we have to need to be understand each other, but they're not. And it's like I feel like it's become my responsible for their feelings. It's because that I'm projecting their feelings into myself, and if I don't do things, yeah, I feel like guilty. So I just decided just to like shut off all of my feelings, and like, okay, I just like want to do my stuff. I don't care anymore. Although I'm moving forward, but at some point I'm still unhappy with myself, and it's like you lost something like in your life. And I have like this question like, oh, this must be something out of this all of the problem I have right now. I heard that if you read books, you will like find something. So I found this novel. It's called Musashi by Eiji Yoshikawa. It's a story about a Ronin, Japanese Ronin, that actually he used to be like really bad guy, but he transformed into a really wise person because of reading books. And I think that time I decided to, oh, I want to be like him. I want to be like a wise person. When my family like hitting into like the lowest point of our problems, and that time I have this conflict idea about myself. I still remember like that time is I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm just like sitting and then like thinking, and like this, I have this like voice that I think you should do this, because remember you want to be like Musashi, being a wise person. And then like, okay. And that time I just like, okay. I think that time there's a certain point when you realize that you don't care anymore with yourself, and it's about just let go. So I think that's the point. Like, okay, you let go. You being like selfless person, and then yeah, I decided to like dedicate my life to my parents, and it happened like for like about 5 years, and it turns out that's like the biggest, like the best experience I ever had. It's like a moment where I feel like that's like my strongest point of my life, and I always like thank that voice that always taught me to go that way. And yeah, I think like since then I trust her as my voice of myself.
Hey you. Finally I can talk with you.
My project called The Parts because I believe that every person have different kind of personalities inside their soul, inside their brains. It's like anger, fear, or sadness. It's like basically like Inside Out movie. I want to like introduce the idea about mindfulness and like stopping yourself from all of the things that happening to you, because you have to like really be mindful about who you are and then where you are now, and then are you on the right way, because I believe that every persons have like their own story or their own pathway. Hoping that they will understand.
That's amazing! That's so cool! Wow!
Amazing. Oh, it's really intense. It was amazing.
It's definitely like therapeutic.
This was like therapy for me, but I'm not even joking.
I feel very relaxed, but I feel like I need to cry almost, but I don't know why. There's nothing on my mind or anything. There was something really kind of like beautiful about the whole thing.
I can feel all of my transformation. I used to be like really careless person, but I changed into like different person. I have one of friends that told me about my transformation, that actually, you know what, you changed a lot, like from this and this. Oh really? And then like, so I just like, oh, probably I just want to keep going, and then let's see what's in the future.